congratulating Don Johnson.
And Jimmy Keith, as we said, needs to win this match to be eligible for the Firestone Tournament of Champions. There's a great way to start. He had 15 strikes in the last 18 shots. So it's 16 for the last 19 now.
Here's a man averaged better than 240 on this championship pair all week long.
Winner of 6 titles, 1986 Player of the Year, 5 times World Horseshoe Pitching Champion.
Great natural athletic ability. Look at that concentration in his eyes, just riveted on the target. Very flat wrist. Now, Walter Ray can hook it if he wants to, but look at these positions. Look at that foot pointing right down the line. Drives straight through the shot, pulling the left shoulder back, the right shoulder through. And he's off to a good start. The match is even.
Big crank and a big 10-pin on the left lane.
Walter, who hasn't played a whole lot of hook towards the pocket this week, mostly angle coming off the very first board and using the angle into the 1-3 pocket to create the carry. At that time didn't quite finish enough, leaves the 10-pin.
Walter is our top seed, our tournament leader, led from the very beginning. 4 of our 13 winners have won from the top seed. Walter, however, is 0-7 from the top spot.
The strike ball of Jimmy Keith. Can he keep it going for his first championship? This is only the second frame.
4.
High percentage with that power ball and the light hit, but when he gets up in that high zone, it decreases with so much hook in the back end. Keith does not trip out the 4-pin. Keith, a good, solid spare shooter. Watch the speed and technique he uses this. I don't recommend this much speed. It's almost some of his youthfulness, but the angle and the straight shot is great.
Jimmy Keith's best showing here in 1992 was 33rd in the Florida Open. Last time on television, 1989, Showboat Doubles, as he teamed with Ray Perez to finish 3rd.
Keith, a junior bowler, bowled in the Young Alliance program that's held by the American Bowling Congress. He's been a good bowler for a long time, has never won a championship. Bob Vesby, is he starting to push a little bit? The championship game, he's pulling the ball.
Seems like he's just trying to get it done a little too quick. Had the same problems myself, so let's just hope he calms down and takes it as it comes.
But with all that power that you and Keith have, why would you ever want to go high? Send it light.
That's just the art of the game.
That's pressure.
Bob Vesby, whose voice you're hearing, though he hasn't won, he has earned over $70,000 already this year, so we congratulate him on that. Terrific competitor. Walter Ray Williams Jr. has perfected the outside line. Early he offered some advice and a prediction.
Well, to play the outside line, you have to really practice it a lot. And every once in a while, I will go to a house and just practice that. Even though the shot may be at 5 or 10 board, I'll be outside playing the 2-3 board just to practice it. And I think that's what you need to do, is practice a shot that you're not comfortable with to get better at it. And as far as today, I'm going to be tough to beat.
Well, he's been light and then high on that left-hand lane as a very colorful Walter Ray Williams Jr. Which, you know, Chris, that looks like a flag from some country he's got on his there. What do you think of that shirt, bud?
It's early Easter.
He dipped that somewhere.
All right, Walter Ray Williams Jr. going against Jimmy Keith in the Tums Classic championship game. More of it after this. To be PBA tournament. He's the tournament chairman again here. And Red Burnham, general manager Bradley Bowl, a newspaper man. Two great guys that combined to come up with a Tums Classic that's been tremendous.
All right, Jimmy Keith seeking his first title. Needs this match to qualify for the Firestone Tournament Champions. Trails by 1, 4th frame.
The stylish Jimmy Keeth.
You betcha. You watch the angles that ball goes sizzling down the last 2 boards. And now watch the action of the head pin. It goes to the left sideboard. The scout, as they call it, comes across and takes the 10 out. Watch his reaction. Gotta like it. Bob Besby nudged me in the announce booth. Chris, these guys take that strike for granted like that. I haven't had one like that in a month.
Woo! A man that has yet to win his first PBA title, Jimmy Keith. 3 regional titles, however. Here's a man with 6, the 1986 Player of the Year. I always call him the Errol Flynn look-alike. We got a... Jimmy Keith looks like a Hollywood star, too. Look at this. PBA all-time money winners, the millionaires. First 5, followed by this group. Look at that. Could add 31 to it today. So he is 32 years of age. He'll make it.
You're right. And David Husted, who is 9th, will go over the $1 million mark next week at the Firestone. Now, Walter Ray Williams Jr. to take the lead by 1. 6th frame.
Wow. He's going to dislocate the shoulder. Woo.
In my opinion, the most versatile player on the PBA Tour. He can throw it hard, he can throw it slow, he can hook it big. On that particular shot, look at the thing he went through. He went stroke it, left the soft 10. Moved to the right on that left lane, left a 4-pin. The 6th frame, he just goes back to where he left a 4 and threw a rocket to the pocket. He now has a 1-pin lead.
This is like a great heavyweight championship match. A jab and a solid right.
And 2 different styles. The power of Keith against the accuracy and touch and experience of Walter Ray Williams Jr. 4 frames left to determine the championship. The second Tums Classic at 31,000.
Here's a man with 19 strikes this afternoon on live television. Make it 20. He's going to pick up a lot of fans, isn't he?
You bet. This is the best I've ever seen Jimmy Keith bowl. I've seen him bowl in the qualifying with this demeanor. He crossed next to me in the qualifying this week. He started very slow in the tournament, averaging just 205. Came to life as he is against Walter Ray. But now the match is on. Who can win? And so far, the power of Keith has been the difference. Walter Ray, every ball in the pocket. Jimmy Keith, every ball in the pocket. Yet Keith has a slender lead. Walter Ray has not been able to carry the 10-pin on 2 occasions.
Bob Benoit won the first game over Bob Besby, 207 to 203. Keith came along and defeated Benoit 212 to 190. Then Keith over Farrell 267 208.
The rosin bag at work in the hands of Jimmy Keith as we go into the 8th frame. Walter Ray trails by 20.
He lose it at the line a little bit.
Double dribble, Chris. He dropped it off the line. He still gets a good break. Ball bounces a little bit, but yep, there it is. And that is almost disaster, except for Walter being so accurate. Still has a chance. Slides the 5 in front of the 7. And this year, the man leading after 5 frames in every game has won 80% of the time. That man right now is Jimmy Keith.
Walter Ray against a real heavyweight, 195 pounds. And before we went on the air, I talked to Jimmy Keith about his fellow West Palm Beacher named Freddie Couples, who won the Masters last week. So I said you might as well make it a double for that area.
You bet. A lot of city taxes dollars going down that way.
Wow.
All right, the power of Keith, now the reaction. Bob Vespi, can your partner put him away right here? If he strikes here, it's a shutout.
Well, it looks pretty good right now. After you said he couldn't let it go, I think he heard you. Now he's really letting it fly now.
This could be the winning shot.
Oh, it's 3-6-10. For somebody who up to this point has won $1,955, he has a chance to not only win this, but qualify for the Firestone. And our scorekeeper named Butch Soper, he's watching with interest too.
Butch is the man on the bubble. He will be knocked out if Keith wins. Important spare here. Keith, a pretty good spare shooter for a power player, needs to convert the 3-6-10.
And the man on the bubble, Butch Soper, a Tums Classic $2,000.
Well, I'm sure Butch doesn't want to cash that in right now, and it really is determined by Walter Ray. Butch, watching the tournament at home in California, I'm sure, is rooting for Walter Ray Williams Jr. to put some strikes here in the 9th and 10th frame.
A 6.
Well, Walter Ray, you are going to be another victim of a top-seeded player. The top seed has only won 3 times. He is going to lose 12 after Walter Ray loses this game.
Walter Ray, 0 for 8 from the top seed.
Well, the best he can do is 217 with 3 strikes in the 10th. Jimmy Keith just has to stay in the building. Even with an open frame, Keith will be in the 220s. Walter Ray, possible 217. Keith knows he hasn't won. I'll tell you, if Walter Ray could have had that happen in the 2nd frame or in the 7th frame, this would have been a different match. Right there, it's only at 10 pins. If that happens in the 2nd frame, it would have been 20 pins because it was to between strikes.
Walter Ray, 217.
Old great. Really had one shot a little bit off his hand there in the 9th frame, went high. But this man wins the money. That's a winner right there, at least 222.
6-year member of the Professional Bowlers Association with 3 regional titles. As a 19-year-old, his first telecast, this is his first of the year, his 5th overall, in an impressive fashion. Jimmy Keith, Tums Classic champion.
I think this one is
We'll
very
be back.
memorable for Jimmy
Bradley
Keith.
Bowl.
Hope you
But
like and
first,
subscribe.
this message. Palm Beach.